These 100 men who all start even at the age of 25 believe they're going to be successful. If you ask any one of these men if he wanted to be a success, he'd tell you he did. And you'd notice that he was eager toward life, that there was a certain sparkle to his eye, an erectness to his carriage, and life seemed like a pretty interesting adventure to him. But by the time they're 65, 1 will be rich. 4 will be financially independent. 5 will still be working. 54 will be broke. Now think a moment. Out of the 100, only 5 make the grade. Now why do so many fail? What has happened to the sparkle that was there when they were 25? What's become of the dreams, the hopes, the plans? And why is there such a large disparity between what these men intended to do and what they actually accomplished? When we say about 5% achieve success, we have to define success. And here's the best definition I've ever been able to find. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If a man is working toward a predetermined goal and knows where he's going, that man is a success. If he's not doing that, he's a failure. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Rollo May, the distinguished psychiatrist, wrote a wonderful book called Man's Search for Himself. And in this book he says, the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. And there you have the trouble today. It's conformity, people acting like everyone else without knowing why, without knowing where they're going. Now think of it. In America right now, there are over 18 million people 65 years of age and older. And most of them are broke. They're dependent on someone else for life's necessities. Now, we learn to read by the time we're 7. We learn to make a living by the time we're 25. Usually by that time, we're not only making a living, we're supporting a family. And yet by the time we're 65, we haven't learned how to become financially independent in the richest land that has ever been known. Why? We conform. And the trouble is that we're acting like the wrong percentage group, the 95 who don't succeed. Now, why do these people conform? Well, they really don't know. These people believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. They're outer-directed people. A survey was made one time that covered a lot of men, working men, and these men were asked, why do you work? Why do you get up in the morning? 19 out of 20 had no idea.
Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody, or xCodeh. How's it going today? Hope everybody watching this video is having yourself a snazzy day. So after almost 15 years, I finally managed to get on a plane and go somewhere cool. I have a bunch of really great memories and little stories to go over with you. But really quickly, before I get into that, I want to thank today's video sponsor. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering a box of awesome, top-shelf goods from under-the-radar brands. It's free to join and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. 90% of the products come from small brands, many of which are based right here in the United States. Every month, they introduce their members to cool new products based on a preference quiz that they fill out. They've got awesome clothes, cool stuff for your house, camping, cooking gear, basically just high quality stuff in every category. They now offer a new membership program where you can get really great deals all year round. I'm talking 30% off or more sometimes, and it's totally free to join. You can preview your member shipment before it's sent. You'll get a customized selection of products picked for you, and before it's shipped, you can preview what's inside, decide if you like it, if you want to keep it, or maybe swap it out for some different products. Or you can skip the month entirely for no charge. You only pay for what you want. The first 2 boxes that I got was the Downpour and the Off Duty. The jacket feels really nice, fits me like a glove. It has that very nice weatherproof feel shell to it. And I also really like the color. This is a very nice jacket. And then on the off-duty sweatpants, I love sweatpants. I wear sweatpants most of the time. These are very comfortable. I can definitely approve of them. This next box called Stockpile, I think is really cool. It's a storage container, a little miniature survival kit inside, some trail marking tape, and some bamboo cloth. It feels very high quality, and on the bottom, has this super cool light with a couple different modes. One that's just a light, one that kind of strobes, one that's red to maybe indicate that you're in danger, you need help. And then of course the SOS. I think this is the coolest part. It has an SOS flashing light built into it. So if you were like stuck and you couldn't move and you needed rescue, you could just put this on and hopefully, someone would see you. I think that's a very useful and great item to have when you're out camping. Huge thank you to Bespoke Post for sponsoring this video. Really cool brand. If you guys want to check them out, get a free mystery gift with your first membership purchase. check the link in the description and enter code CODEGIFT at checkout, or go to bespokepost.com/CODEGIFT. That's bespokepost.com/CODEGIFT. Enjoy the rest of the video. So I went to Tampa, Florida. Started off this journey feeling right, dude. Woke up at like 5:30 in the morning, blasting some Wiz Khalifa, doing a little Puffco action. And we got to the airport super early, went through security, no problem. And we were sitting at the gate, and we had time to kill. We were there like an hour and a half before the plane was even boarding. So I got up, and I was walking around trying to find some grape juice. And I'll tell you one thing, I was unsuccessful to find this grape juice. That's all I wanted in this current moment. And it ended up being quite a hunt to find this grape juice, but we'll talk about that later. So I'm walking around trying to find grape juice, and I ended up in a bookstore, and I bought the Godfather book. And it was kind of just like an impulse, like, oh, I'll have something to do on the plane. I only ended up reading like 35, 40 pages of it just because of how amazing the views looked like looking out the window of the plane. We'll get to that too. But anyways, I'm in this bookstore, and I go up with the Godfather and no grape juice in hand, feeling defeated. And the guy behind the counter is just like, oh, you know, this is like one of those situations where the movie's better than the book. Really good book, though. And I'm like, are you trying to sell this to me? Like, do you want me to not buy this? I bought it anyways because I wanted to read it, but it was just funny. I've never heard a cashier try to not sell me something. Like, oh, pick something else. Cool guy, man. So like I said, this was the first time I've been on a plane in 15 years. The actual plane ride is my favorite part, believe it or not. I know that's everybody's least favorite part, the turbulence, the oh shit, is it going to crash feeling that some people have, that then they're going to die every bump on the plane or something. I get that. You know, it's a little terrifying being up in the freaking sky. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Being on the plane, feeling the G-force of taking off, the feeling you get when the whole plane's turning sideways, dude. Crazy feeling. It is an amazing period of time that we're lucky to be alive in, that we're even able to travel like that. All right, let me stop being so philosophical. I did a little too much cold press this morning, you know? So 1,200 miles away, and we're going 500 miles an hour. 500 miles an hour up in the sky. Crazy. Look at these views. Look at the clouds. So I bought the book to read on the plane. My eyes were glued on the clouds. It's like an endless, vast landscape of beauty. Every 15, 20 minutes you look out the window and it's like a brand new landscape of clouds to look at. When you get close to your destination, like you go down below the clouds and you can start seeing all the different patches of land, and it just looks crazy. Absolutely crazy. I really wish that I've been flying on planes for the past 15 years, because it's honestly really fun. It's mostly just the being far away from home and the stress of the airports, dude. That's really what's held me back all these years. And I'm getting ahead of myself here. Before we even left on the plane, when I was walking back after I was defeated, didn't find the grape juice, I walked by this kind of sketchy looking kiosk area where they had electronics, and I saw that they had AirPod Maxes. And now, it's not something I'd ever really buy. I was just more curious about how much they are, because I remember when they came out, they were just ludicrously expensive. It's just like, I just wanted to see the price. And I go up and I just kindly asked them, like, oh, how much is that? And they're like, oh, like 700. I was like, 700? That's crazy. And she's like, sorry, for you, 600. And I'm like, nah, I'm okay, man. And I walked away. And I went on my phone. I'm almost certain the retail price is 500. So they were trying to hustle me either way, dude. Imagine I just agreed to 700. Imagine that. I remember sitting on the plane feeling very grateful that I get to travel, sit next to a pretty girl, share these memories, create memories. I'm glad I get to share some of it with you guys too. I got a whole bunch of pictures and video to hopefully splice into this video and make it something worth watching, dude. Leave a like if you enjoy it and subscribe if you're new. So we landed in Tampa, and it was real bumpy, dude. I'm talking crazy rainstorm. I think that's why we got delayed up at the airport for like an hour and a half. That was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna I know why people are afraid of planes, and that's why, dude, because we landed pretty bumpy. But honestly, I thought it was pretty fun. It's like a roller coaster. And I was super excited to get out of the freezing cold of Alaska. But the temperature was only around 65, and it was cold and windy, so it wasn't exactly like that get off the plane, paradise feeling that I was hoping for. But anyways, it was still a lot nicer than 35 degrees here. We got picked up by my fiance's mom and stepdad. Really cool people. I'm very grateful that they had us out there for this trip. I had a great time. We went to a restaurant called Cody's Smokehouse. And driving back after the restaurant, I was just looking around at all the stores. I almost feel like it must be easier to get like a business permit, or maybe it's a lot cheaper to get a storefront out in wherever area that I was in. Specifically, I couldn't tell you like on the spot, but there was just endless little tiny stores, and it was just way different than anything that I grew up around. Probably every 150 feet, every single different like new plaza, there's just long stretches of road with plazas like lined up on both sides. And in every separate plaza, there was at least one smoke shop. I'm talking at least one. Giant green neon lights, crazy bold signs. Like, it's gotta be one of the biggest business locations for this I've ever seen, dude. There is so much smoke shops. And I don't understand it that well because bud is illegal in Florida. You know, as of now, as I'm recording this video. Recreational, at least. Medical, it's legal, but they're not selling any of that in there. I think it's literally only D8, you know, alternatives and kratom. It is mind-blowing how many there are. I know I'm putting a lot of emphasis on this, but like, dude, I've never seen so many smoke shops. So that night I had a little anxiety moment, dude. Like right before I was going to sleep. Just had a little feeling of wanting to go home. The part of me that's held me back from wanting to travel. But what I did, you know, I almost didn't put that in the video because it was like, you know what, why do I gotta be so personal and talk about this? I just want to tell you about the cool stuff. But I feel like it's a good part because if I could influence one person to get out there and travel themselves that was in the same situation of me not doing anything for 10, 15 years, hey dude, that'd be sweet. I brought a journal, and every time I got a little nervous, I would write, you know, my thoughts down. And then I'd also write my thoughts of the day and stuff just so I could like review before I go to bed so I could make this video. And it definitely felt like it helped just to write it down, I don't know why, but anyway, pro tip, dude, traveling pro tip. I ended up calming down, and the next day, dude, 6:30 a.m., woke up really early, fat Puffco right off the bat, dude. I was fried. And then I had some sourdough toast with blueberries, peanut butter, and honey. That's an elite breakfast right there. I'll tell you right there. Elite. Sourdough's expensive, you gotta make it yourself. I felt way better mentally after that, you know, the elite breakfast. Did probably another 4 or 5 Puffcos. I'm talking, this was a hazy morning, you know, that 70s show circle style morning. And then had some French toast and bacon. You know, what a better way to start the day. Can I say, like, that is a grade A vacation day right there. Amazing. And then we had a super cool boat ride with a glass floor so you could see underneath, crystal clear, fresh water with a lot of like cool history, like Hollywood props stuck at the bottom. They're left at the bottom there. There's some really nice wildlife like with manatees and alligators. And at the end of the boat trip, it was tradition to leave like tips, like you would put dollar bills on the glass that you were looking through. And as I was walking out, I noticed that somebody left a $2 bill, a crisp $2 bill, something you don't see every day. I got this cool picture of it. So after the boat ride that day, we drove like an hour and a half out to this super cool bar. It was a bar on the water, in view of an island with 3 monkeys on it. Crazy. This was like the second time I'd ever actually been to a bar, dude. So that environment, dude, is so noisy, dude. It's overwhelming to me. I was trying to like figure out what the prices were for drinks. I don't even know what to order, dude. I don't know what I'm doing in there. So I got like frustrated, but then my fiance's stepdad helped me out. Got me this amazing drink, the best whiskey I've ever had. I can't say I've had too many fancy ones to compare it to, but this dude put like a piece of wood on top, blasted it with a blowtorch, tasted like a campfire. Amazing. And then there was a spherical ice cube in there, dude. Amazing. Sitting right next to the water, sipping whiskey, eating pizza, looking at an island with 3 monkeys on it. That's a movie right there. And what's even crazier about that, just to make that situation even crazier, when we went to go get the drinks and my fiance's stepdad got the change back, he got 3 $2 bills back. What are the odds? You know, I'm talking an hour and a half away from the Silver Springs boat ride, dude. Hour and a half away. If anybody lives in Florida in the comments, do you guys just use $2 bills a lot, or is that just a wild coincidence? Let me know. So I remember on the ride home, I was really blasted, and I was having some hippie thoughts, dude. So hippie thoughts segment. Driving back and forth from different places, I couldn't help but notice how different the storefronts are from where I grew up. I heard of people calling Florida corporate hellscape, and I couldn't think of a better way of describing it. Not to say it's not beautiful, but honestly during sunrise or sunset, you can look in almost any direction and find a beautiful composition, and the wildlife and the tropical trees and the plants, everything is just so beautiful. But driving through the super flat rows and rows of plazas filled with Walmarts and Home Depots kind of made me a little sad, because where there isn't stores, It's truly beautiful. I wonder what it all looked like before there was just endless storefronts. So the next day I started off with some blueberry pancakes and home fries. Man, anxiety was way less and the homesick feeling was fading. You know, feeling better. I was actually, I was enjoying myself way more. I mean, I had a great time the second day, but the third day I was like way more chilled out. I had to go to Walmart to get an SD card and to finally achieve some grape juice. We went to 3 different gas stations trying to find some grape juice, like not specifically for it, but I went in just to, see what they had. And it was like a sick joke. They had every different type of grape juice. I'm getting a little worked up here. Every type of grape juice. Orange, grape, cranberry, fucking pomegranate. They had it all. Never grape juice. What does Florida have against grapes, man? What do they got against grapes? So I finally found some in Walmart and an SD card because I forgot to bring it on the trip. And then we were headed to the beach. It was a beach day. It felt so good to sit on the beach, Puffco, Sherlock, looking at the palm trees blowing, the seagulls in the wind. It was a bit crowded, and honestly, it was like too cold to swim. That was the only unfortunate part about it. But I'm not complaining, dude. Nothing like sitting on the beach in Florida. After we sat on the beach for a little bit, we decided to try to go to one of these smoke shops. I got recommended from a friend to go to this one specific smoke shop out of the thousands that are in a 100-mile radius of me. And they told me they had great TH to the A, the A one. They had some good stuff that was just normal bud. It was basically normal bud, and they were selling it as the to the A stuff. Shout out to the 2018 Farm Bill. So we go into the smoke shop and we ask the dude, and I don't know if it's because I had a camera like on my waist or what it was, but I asked him about that, and he looked real nervous, like, oh no, dude, we don't have that anymore, dude. Like, you'll get the same answer all the shops you go to. They're taking them all off the shelves. Places are getting raided, and I'm like, holy crap, dude. All right, have a good one. Because all they had was the D8 stuff, and I wasn't trying to get any of that. We went to a Greek bakery / restaurant. Man, I need to start going to some Greek restaurants because that food smelled so good. And I tried a pastry. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Baklava? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Dude, honey, cinnamon, flaky, super dense and really rich. Man, that is amazing. I'll put a picture on screen of what it looks like. I don't know if I took a picture of the actual pastry, but man, it was gone before I could take the pic. And I ended that day with some nice drone sunset footage. Check that out, man. So the next day we started off with going to this kind of cafe, restaurant, breakfast place. They had muffins and homemade ice cream and a farm with cows in the back. And then we went to a really cool walking trail. I'm talking really cool, because it led to these underground cavern springs that crazy people scuba dived down and explored them. Like, you couldn't pay me money. Like, I would never go into a cave. Like, those people that are squeezing through 6-inch clearance caves and shit. Hell no. No, I would never do that. Let alone doing that with a scuba diving gear on, underwater, 300 feet down. These caves, 86 feet deep, and that's just what they've explored. And the crazy part is, you can't even tell looking down from the surface. Look at the pictures. These are incredibly deep underground Minecraft-looking caverns. Insane. Obviously it's not allowed. You're not allowed to go scuba diving there, but there's videos of people doing it. They're crazy. I would never be able to do it. I much respect for them. Like, that's some balls to be able to do that. But yeah, really nice nature walk. It was almost like the bike path where I grew up, except all the trees looked really tropical. Palm trees, lizards slithering everywhere. Look at these pictures of lizards I got this day, man. Really cool walk. And this was also the first day that I felt that Florida heat. It's a lot different than Connecticut. I'll tell you that for one thing. It's a lot different. I felt the burn that day. Got a nice burn on the back, on the shoulders. That's what I was looking forward to, though. Getting out of that 35 degrees to get that 80 degrees or 75. And so now for an exciting end of the trip. This is like bucket list photo opportunity moment. A photo I've always wanted to get, and I finally got it. I'm very excited to share this with you guys. So one of the last days of the trip, I think it was the last night, we went to a sunset spot which just overlooks the beach, the sunset. Look at that. Just look at that. I don't know if it's because it's Florida or what, but the orange hue gradient in the sky was just so amazing. And getting to sit next to my fiance and watch the sunset go down and disappear behind the horizon was a memory I'll always remember. Before the sunset even went down, let's talk about that picture I was talking about. So right next to where the sunset, this long jetty that everybody's sitting on, I think that's just a stone wall. Seawall, is that what it's called? Jetty? Either way. On the very corner of it, there was a little mini pond with a couple fishermen fishing off the side of the stone wall. Inside the pond, waiting for the fishermen to catch the fish to feed it, was a blue heron. Something I have wanted to take a picture of for so long because it's such a majestic looking bird, dude. And they're around where I live, but they're so hard to photograph. You need like an extreme like National Geographic lens because they get one sniff of you and they're gone, dude. They're fucking gone. You gotta be ready, locked in, and wake up at like 6 in the morning or something and know where they are. I've probably seen one in the wild maybe 4 or 5 times where I live, so it's really hard to find. And there it is, like 15 feet in front of me, and it's like used to humans, so it's not really, scared. It's locked in, waiting for that fish to be caught. So I rush over with my lens, dude. I'm like scrambling, dude. And I'm freaking out, and I'm like trying to get focus, put my camera on the animal mode, dude, freaking out. And I finally lock focus on this blue heron, this moment I've been waiting for so many years. And this kid, he must have been 12 years old, is running at the heron, trying to get it to fly away, like messing with it. And I look at him with what I could only imagine of the look of disappointment that Red from That 70s Show gives Eric whenever he messes up. Just the most disappointing look. I can't even recreate it. Like, it was like I had never been so disappointed. It was like, what the hell? I didn't say anything to him because it's just a kid. I'm not going to yell at him. I'm not some angry old man. But I'm like, man. And thankfully, I think the mom of this kid was just like, come on, there's a photographer trying to take a picture of it. And there was a name for the heron. So obviously it was like a regular. Like it went there a lot and ate the fisherman's fish. But I ended up getting the shots. I got them. Look at this. Beautiful. It's like one of those dream come true moments. Some of the most favorite pictures I've ever taken in my entire life. Like, it's crazy. Love them so much. So that day was absolutely incredible. So on the flight back home, I remember sitting there thinking, why haven't I done this? I had that feeling that I've read in the comments so many times over the years. Just do it. Just go out and travel. Have a good time. And I'm really happy that I got out of the house and actually went somewhere and did something. And I have to say, for anybody watching that was in the same situation I am, I'm not saying all of you guys do this because it's definitely not very normal to not travel or do anything for years of your life. But if you're in that situation, anybody watching, I definitely would say, get out there. Do it. Because I think you get this feeling of almost feeling stuck in your hometown or wherever you're located. You almost start to feel stuck there mentally. And you got to get out of that. You got to get out of that bubble, that safety bubble of your hometown. I think it's really important. Thank you to everybody on screen for your support on Patreon. For $1 or $2 a month, you can support my channel and get access to over 215 videos for you to watch. A lot of them are 30 to 40 minutes long. Me blazing. I'm about to light up a couple dubs right after this video and make a Patreon video. So check it out. Link in the description. Thank you to everybody on screen once again. Your support really helps me out and helps me do cool stuff like travel to Florida and make these videos. So thank you for the support. Helps me out a lot. So my number one regret of this entire trip was not sitting down like I am right now and recording some videos or do like a vlog style thing, but I was there with my fiance's mom and stepdad, and it's just, I didn't really want to break out the camera and go YouTuber mode. It's just, I'm not there yet, dude. Steps, we're gonna become a vlogger. Day one, daily vlog, just listen. Casey Neistat mode, listen. I want to get to, not that point, but I want to get to like at least weekly or, at least 2 times a week or something. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. I don't have the most extravagantly interesting life, to be honest with you, but hey, listen, we could try to make it interesting. See how long that'll last. But hey, thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Leave a like. Thanks again to Bespoke Post for sponsoring this video. Check out the top link in the description and the pinned comment. Have yourself a very snazzy day. Stay high, stay lifted, and stay snazzy.